This channel is not intended for children. Duh.
This one's a big one. Here's how it breaks down. The government decided to pass a law known as Coppa, the Child Online Privacy Protection Act. What it means basically is that if you have a YouTube channel and you upload something to YouTube, you have to specifically identify whether or not your channel or that particular video, because it's both, apply or can be viewed by or is intended to be viewed by children. Now, child is defined as someone under the age of 13. Okay. Sounds pretty simple, right? You think, okay, well, what's the big deal? Like, you're either saying for kids or not. Okay. Let me be very specific right now. Okay. You have to identify whether or not your video or your channel is geared towards children or is intended to be viewed by children. My videos are not intended to be viewed by children. At no point was I trying to target children at all. Squad is not really a kid-friendly game. But ironically enough, I look through my playlist here and I'm like, what do we have here? Inspector Gadget. That's a cartoon. Maybe that's geared towards kids. Okay, well, here's Friends. That's for old people. So here's MASH. That's even older people. That's like KY Bullet territory. Like, that's ancient. But then right next to it, I've got the Minions. And this thumbnail literally says, Silly Rabbit, Squad are for kids. And then I say Squad is not for kids? ? And I have my son playing the tutorial, and we had a blast. It was a fantastic video. That was not intended for other kids to watch. But you can see how somebody could possibly make the case that this stuff right here is made for kids, right? So here's the catch to all of this. If they determine that your videos are, in fact, intended to be viewed by children, or the law is super vague. So basically, even if kids accidentally ponder their eyeballs onto your video and you have not explicitly made the claim that that video is intended for children, then they can fine you. Now get a hold of this. The fine is up to $42,000 per video. So they could just look at my channel and go, oh, look, all these videos here are geared towards children. And then a normal person would say, well, maybe some of them, but why would you say all of them? And then they go, well, he's playing video games. And as we all know, kids enjoy video games. It doesn't matter that the game is mature and not really allowed to be played by anyone under the age of 17. We know kids are still playing it. So in theory, this dude right here owes us, I don't know, $42,000. I got more videos in here. Oh, look at these. There's another one. Another $42,000. I don't know. These are all video games. How many of these do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 videos at $42,000 a pop. They could easily bankrupt anybody. It doesn't matter. Even if I had any video. Like, what if I made a video about dogs? If I was like a canine expert and I was like, okay, here's dogs. And then they're like, oh, but you know what? Kids love dogs too. That's a $42,000 fine right there. And what are you going to do? Are you literally going to lawyer up? I'm not lawyering up. I'm just making YouTube videos for fun. So is this the nail in the coffin for any? Okay, so if you're PewDiePie, imagine that. Imagine how many videos that guy has. Yeah, PewDiePie's loaded. That dude's been making bank. Well, probably not as much recently, but over his career on YouTube, think about how much money that guy's made. But think of how many videos he has. Like, if I were someone like that, I would delete every single video on my channel. I would upload a video, I'd make the money, and then I'd delete that channel. Oh, but wait, there's a catch. If you say that your channel or that your video, and a video in particular, is intended for children, then you can't make any money off of it. So really what this boils down to is YouTube's ability to help their shareholders. That's really all it is. They are complying with the law, I'm sure. But this, and YouTube has been doing this for a very long time. They've been slowly whittling down the amount of money that they're putting out. They have not reduced the amount of money that they're bringing in. ABC, or not ABC, Alphabet Incorporated is a monster of a company, and their only desire is to make more money. And in complying with this law is they're going to utilize this, whether or not they had anything to do with the law or not. It doesn't really matter. They will find a way to help their bottom line with this, right? That's a side note, because what this really means, what this really does for people, like for me, I have a tiny little channel. I'm nobody. At no point can I suffer the ramifications of $42,000 per video, which means, so I have to mark all of these as not for kids. However, if I do that, like, I don't want kids watching my videos. So if I mark them as not for kids, and then they come back and go, oh no, I see, Trix the Rabbit and Inspector Gadget. That's clearly for kids. That's clearly for kids. Then in that case, then I get fined $42,000. So if I mark my videos as made for kids, they're clearly not designed for kids, but I mark it for kids because I don't want to get a $42,000 fine, then kids are going to be watching videos that are inappropriate for them. It makes absolutely no sense. It is the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen on YouTube. And I know YouTube has been doing a lot of good stuff for a very long time. You can look at even, it's not just the small guys, it's the big guys too. When you've got, DeFranco basically going, what the quack are y'all doing? What? Like, the rules make no sense whatsoever. Really, the only channel or videos that you can have any kind of success with on YouTube is if you're sitting there pandering to some, like, blatant leftist, anarcho-socialist. Other than that, literally just normal channels that do reaction videos. Anything, literally, cooking channels, hobbies, crafts, science, math, spaceships, science fiction, literally anything. They're literally just going to, and here's what's going to happen, 100% guaranteed, because they said they're going to have an algorithm that is going to help you select. We can't give you legal advice, she says, but our algorithm, that's going to help you in case you accidentally put the wrong thing in there. Like, we're gonna help you out and make it so that, you don't mess up again. Right? All that is, they're going to selectively enforce that. The people who push an agenda that they endorse will never get touched. And anybody else who doesn't fit into their pretty little picture of their AdSense or their, politician-friendly, whitewashed BS propaganda machine will just get squashed. And they might, I don't know, they might be friendly and they might give you a warning. I don't know. I can't tell. It could go both ways. It could be like, oh, don't do this again, or we'll, smack you down. And then if you do it again, if you have the, the brojones to do it again, then they'd smack you with, what is that? That's from 400,000. It'd be $500,000 for my tiny, itty bitty little channel. I can't even imagine, even if you are someone like PewDiePie, ain't nobody got that kind of money. You got 1,000 videos. What are they going to charge for 400 million dollars? Like what do we have? What? How is this going to work? How is that even enforceable? First of all, I'm curious as to how that's even going to be enforceable. And like YouTube is the platform. Like I don't get how it's going to work out. And trust me, I'm not giving you legal advice either. If you're a small time YouTuber, like you gotta, I mean, I don't know. Is this a deal breaker? Like, is this the last? Like, why would I continue to do this? And the only thing I can think of is that at every single turn, I explicitly and emphatically emphasize that every moment of every video and every video on every of my channel is not for kids. Kids, do not watch this. Children, if you're listening to this right now, you're on the wrong channel. You need to turn this off and go away. I don't want you on my channel. But it's not really your fault because really, they're going to smack you with it whether they want to or not because it's not about actually protecting the children. Don't you just love those laws? Well, it's about the children. We gotta protect the children. I mean, the children out there need protecting. Yeah. They sent out a video. This is their video. Check this out. Look at this. Man, this girl, she ain't playing around.
If you create content for YouTube, this video is very important to watch as it describes changes to the upload process, all of your existing videos, and potentially your monetization. Hi, I'm Lauren, and I'm the head of family partnerships here at YouTube. I'm gonna go through important new requirements for all videos that you should take action on as soon as possible. I'll provide some background on what's happening, walk you through a new audience setting in YouTube Studio and how to use it, and then answer some questions you might have about this update. Back in September, we shared the steps we're taking to address a recent settlement with the U.S. Federal Trade Commission that will help creators comply with the Children's Online Privacy Protection Act, known as Coppa, and other applicable laws.
Oh, there you go. Right there. That's the key word, complying with a settlement. Here's a little backstory. Recently, YouTube got smacked with a lawsuit that said they weren't complying with the FTC regulation known as Coppa or Coppa, whatever. See, it boils down to cookies. You see, okay, YouTube makes money off of selling your information. Advertisers buy that information. Your viewing history, your clicks, links, your subscriptions, all that is all sold to advertisers. Well, you're not allowed to sell information about children. And that's exactly what YouTube has been doing for the past 6 years. So they got smacked with a lawsuit, and then they're like, okay, we'll comply. So they got their lawyers together, and they put together a pretty good little scheme here. It's actually quite brilliant when you break it down. What they did was they said, okay, we'll comply with this with the law as part of this settlement, and we're going to radically change how our platform runs, so to speak. What they did is they enacted this policy that says that you have to comply with Coppa, quote unquote. And what they did was they were able to actually just make a bunch of money. How do you make money? There's two ways you make money. One, make money. Two, not spend money. Because if you make a bunch of money and you spend a bunch of money, well, then you're not making any money. There's all these content creators on YouTube that are raking in the dough. And guess who's paying those YouTube creators? But they don't want to have to pay for the content that brings in the advertisers because that's the second way you make money. And they've been doing everything they can to cut those paychecks. Changing the, oh, well, you said some bad words, so sorry, demonetized. You have political views that some people disagree with, demonetized. Did you post this video on a Tuesday? Demonetized. This plays into their plan perfectly. What they can do is they can cut out hundreds of millions of dollars worth of expenditures to channels like for instance, Ryan's Toys, I think is his name. That kid was breaking, like 50 million a year. I can't even remember how much it was. It's a ton of money. Ryan's Toys, it's gone. They're gonna still upload videos, but they will no longer be making any money from that channel. So any normal business like that is going to say, well, let's go to a different platform, or let's, Ryan's Toys, I think now has a Hulu deal and an Amazon deal, whatever. They were smart. They diversified, but most people don't have an Amazon deal. Thousands and thousands of channels are going to basically see their revenue stream eviscerated. 60 to 90% decline in their revenue stream. That's a deal breaker for a lot of channels. They cannot operate under those guidelines. YouTube knows what's going to happen is that there will be little channels that are willing to either take the risk or work for free that will, spring up in those places. So all this was YouTube was making a bunch of money, got busted for illegal practices, and then used a lawsuit settlement in order to screw their community over. Now, don't be misguided. You can still be sued by the FTC for $42,000, like $42,500 per video. However, if you look through the guidelines very carefully, you will see that there is a lot of legal mumbo jumbo. It appears as though that there are some clauses in there that really give exception to videos that would be considered a mixed crowd, those that appeal to both adults and children. And it's not clear as to whether or not they'd want to sick their lawyers on you. What I can guarantee is that YouTube is going to use this as a profit margin booster. In fact, you will see in the very shortcoming couple of months, YouTube stock prices will probably rise. Their quarterly profit margins will increase. Long term, though, it might kill the channel. YouTube might, be shooting itself in the foot on this one, because good content costs money, and people who have talent don't like to work for free. Maybe for a short period of time to get their foot in the door, but after a while, they're going to go someplace else. They're going to follow the money, and you do have to be careful now. So if you are a channel and you're apparently you need to go to a lawyer and find out what the stipulations are and exactly what is legal and what isn't legal. What sucks is that YouTube could give a crap about any of that. For them, it's just about money. And we all kind of knew that already for a long time. So I'm going to keep making videos. I'm going to have to be careful, and I'm going to have to be smart about how I do it. Will I ever make money off of my channel? Probably not, along with really a huge swath of people. But, really, I enjoy making the videos, and I enjoy being in a community of people who are really a good group of people. And for me, that's enough. So I'm not really looking for any monetary gain. So if I don't make any money off of it, I could take it or leave it. So, but we'll see. A lot of people are going to have to completely revamp. You're going to see Patreon. People are going to be pushing that Patreon button a whole lot more. They really could give a crap about how many subscribers they have. It's going to be all about that donation based entertainment, which I think is fine. Let the market speak. YouTube will, probably eventually die. It'll go the way of MySpace or, any of the other, sites that just didn't work, and they'll be replaced by something that does. So, if you like what you hear today and you're thinking about hitting that like button or the subscription bell, just remember, I'll have to charge you $42,000. So good luck with that. Lift it out.